All right, Nick, let's talk about the Houston Texans. This is a team who's gone from bad the last couple of years to very interesting, I would say, especially at the quarterback position. It looks as if the Texans are gearing up to let CJ Stroud loose. He has looked very good so far early in his career. We have some interesting plays to break down and look at to kind of show what they're planning to do with Stroud. But speaking of Stroud, one offensive rookie of the month. I think that's huge, looking really good. But Texans fans, I want to know outside of that, who else has looked really good in this first month of football? Let us know your Texans MVPs outside of CJ Stroud in the comments section below. But Nick, what do you got on the Texans?
Yeah, let's go ahead. Let's jump right into the film and take a look at what the Texans are doing here. All right, so what the Texans have done on offense for CJ Stroud, and look, anytime you have a rookie quarterback, we've seen this with other rookie quarterbacks in the NFL. Normally, offenses simplify, they make things easy for a young quarterback. Not the Texans. It's almost as if the Texans realize they have something special. And here's a great example of it. This was a big play against the Jacksonville Jaguars. This is a complex read, right? I won't get into the nitty gritty, and any football quarterback experts out there, can really break down the reads and the concepts. But basically, what the Texans are doing is just running kind of just a read here to the middle of the field and letting CJ Stroud read the safety, whoever's going to be the middle field player. And if the middle field player takes the post, they hit the in-breaking route, the dig right there. If the middle field player takes the in-breaking route, the dig, then you go post. This is not an easy read. Obviously, the Jaguars are trying to really confuse the picture for CJ Stroud, but the Texans still let him make this read, and it results in a big play. Let's check it out. So right here before the snap, there's no clearly defined middle field player. Again, the Jaguars defense is trying to confuse CJ Stroud, but the Texans offense clearly trusts the rookie quarterback because this is a play call you set up knowing the Jaguars are going to try and confuse you. But you can see Stroud go through here. He reads it perfectly right. Obviously, this deep field safety hints at being the middle field safety. He's late because he's so close to the box trying to confuse. He's trying to take away the post, but Stroud reads it perfectly. He knows he's not going to get there and delivers a great ball. Again, you don't call this play if you're the Texans offense unless you have a lot of faith in number 7 right there to read this correctly and deliver a great ball. There's not a lot of quarterbacks in the NFL that can make this throw. Only veteran quarterbacks tend to be able to make this read. CJ Stroud is both, and I think that's a great sign for the Texans going forward. And I really admire the fact that the Texans offense is cutting this guy loose, and that's why he's looked so good so far. All right, Texans fans, you may remember this play. It's third and very short, third and about 3 in this situation here. The Jaguars are trying to make a comeback. This ended up being a huge play for the Texans. But again, this just shows exactly what the Texans offense is doing. They're letting Stroud cut loose. They're not treating him like a rookie. In a lot of situations with rookie or just young quarterbacks in general, third and short, third and about 3 in this situation, you just basically will be running like simple pick plays here, trying to get someone out in the flat for an, maybe even roll the quarterback out for an easy read, no read to it. You basically just throw it to this guy no matter what, just to try and get the first down. And that's not what the Texans do here. They actually run a kind of complex deal, and it results in a touchdown. Let's check out what happens. So again, they actually force him to hang in the pocket, which is tough to do, right? You know the Jaguars are blitzing because they need to stop. They're not making it a simple read. They actually have to make him read the entire defense, and he does a great job. Again, I don't know the exact scheme the Jaguars are trying to play. I'd be willing to bet the corner here was supposed to get depth and didn't. He just jumped a short route, but I'm not going to speculate on that. What I will say, though, is you don't call, again, a complex read here for a young quarterback in a key moment in the game unless you really trust him. And credit to the Texans offense and, of course, for CJ Stroud for trusting him to hang in this pocket, to call this play, first of all, and to complete it for eventually what would be the game-breaking touchdown. This is why the Texans have to feel like they have something special. What you see on Sundays with CJ Stroud's impressive, but it's also impressive that the Texans offense is letting him do this. There's no other rookie quarterback, whether it's Richardson for the Colts, they're keeping him in a very friendly offense for his talents. Bryce Young for the Panthers. A lot of young quarterbacks do all football. Second-year guys like Sam Howell for Washington. They're running very simplistic kind of schemes to make it easy for them. The Texans, they're throwing a lot at CJ Stroud. I was expecting a lot of bootlegs, a lot of simple reads, kind of the way they treated Jimmy G up in San Francisco. Not the case here. They're opening up the entire playbook for him, and it's resulted in a lot of big plays.
Yeah, Nick, and this reminds me of another offense in the NFL that's trying to go a more transformative route and opening up another quarterback's game. That's the Ravens with Todd Monken and Lamar Jackson. They do a lot of trips out and one guy out wide. I think there's a lot of, complicated reads in the offense. And I think that Texans, if they're giving Stroud the same leverage, the same ability to run an offense like Lamar Jackson does, I think that shows very well for his career because I love what he's doing here. They've got 6 guys coming. He doesn't feel the pressure. He steps up into the pocket. He doesn't get flustered. He makes the read and gets an easy touchdown for the Texans. This is really a thing of beauty. And like you said, we said this before, just his poise in the pocket and everything. This guy already looks like a veteran and a really good quarterback in the making, wouldn't you say, Nick?
Well, obviously, he's played extremely well. And of course, his performance against the Jaguars was outstanding. But again, I'm going to go back to the coaching staff because there's a big risky move if you're the Texans coaching staff for opening this up. You've got a rookie quarterback in this situation. Maybe he makes a bad read, turns the ball over, and you end up losing the game. The Jaguars come back. But having faith in such a young guy and getting that faith rewarded, I tell you what, the Texans look good, but they're only going to get better with this offensive coaching staff and CJ Stroud.